So who do we have joining us tonight?
So tonight, you know what? It just warms my heart to have Jonathan and Laura Friday here, and their story. You want to come in? Come up here.
All right.
Okay. So Jonathan, Laura, do you want to tell us about yourselves, and I'll tell you.
Go ahead. Advance slide one time so I can see a picture.
Yeah.
Oh, there we are. That was, gosh, 5 years ago. We were celebrating our 25th anniversary in, Paris.
Yes.
So we weren't lifestyles investors. We actually, background, we're both in education, public communications and education. It's been really fun with COVID. And she's been a teacher for quite some time. So
what kind of teaching do you do?
I'm a STEM lab teacher, so
Wow.
I don't even know what that means, but it sounds cool.
It's fun. We do experiments. It's a lot of fun.
Wow, cool. Like me, right?
yeah, cool. So yeah, she teaches science stuff, and I get to go in and take pictures of her teaching science stuff on occasion. So it's cool. Nevertheless, we've been in it for a long time, and starting to get to the end of our career, and I started thinking, you know what? On our salaries, retirement's not looking so great if we run numbers, and we're like, okay, we've been frugal forever, scrimping on this and scrimping on that. We live decent, don't get me wrong, but we wanted to live a better lifestyle, and so we ran numbers, and eventually that came about to looking into what we should do, and I actually pulled out, heaven forbid, Robert Kiyosaki's books, and we played his cash flow game, and what we discovered was property was the way to go.
Okay.
So great. But then it was a now what moment. How do we get to that point? And we didn't know. But fortunately, her sister and brother-in-law were members of Lifestyles. They had been for years. They're still on the lower level for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. They're probably watching and burying their heads in their face right now. Sorry.
You're up there on stage first.
Right. But they talked to him. So we went to the website, looked at what you had to say. We watched people on stage just like this. This was almost a year ago in January of 2021. So in the middle of COVID,
You decided to look at this during COVID.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
you didn't have anything else to do.
No. Well, yeah. But yeah, that's where it was started. And we were looking for the how. And we watched a couple of these and we're like, we found our how. Okay. We joined up for the challenge level. We love the idea of the higher level. We're working towards that. But okay. We didn't have the money. We didn't have any money. Actually, we were like, okay, we spent all our money, but I had some guitars to sell and some stocks to sell. And we wound up with enough money to, I don't know how far I'm supposed to go with this.
Well, the point is what we love is it's about real people, real results. So what I love about their story is here they are, they're brand new during COVID. They don't have a lot of money to work with, but they can go out there and buy one house. Who loves a story like that? I mean, that's real people. You know what I mean? So it's one thing when I bring a guy up here worth 20 million, that's not relatable to most people in the room. But there's a lot of people in this room who's like, I'm a truck driver or this, so I only got 50 grand. Can I do this? That's why I love the most important stories to me are the guys like that and girls.
And not only that, what I want to add is that they did not wait for something to happen, the market to collapse, or
they just did it. Yeah.
They just did it. It's in the middle of the pandemic. They, scraped for money and they made it happen during the pandemic. So there is absolutely no reason for anybody to be waiting for the unicorn to show up and say, okay, I'm going to wait until foreclosures happen or moratorium is lifted.
Right.
It just doesn't happen that way.
When you went to the seminar, you went when Dell was still teaching it live? Or did you wait till I started teaching?
We were first introduced to you, by the way.
Oh my gosh, you had to suffer a weekend with me.
A weekend with
online.
Me. Yeah. And you lost a lot of weight. So
I did. You know how I lost all that? Just so you know, I weighed 247 pounds a couple months ago, and I'm down to 195. Is that pretty cool?
That is awesome.
You know how you lose that much weight that quickly? Meth and crack.
All right.
I kept most of the teeth.
So, shall we?
Yeah, you don't have to talk about the meth and crack. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's talk about your property, 7635 Dawnridge.
Where is that property, first off?
It is southwest Houston, just inside.
Hold up higher, too.
Oh, sorry. Southwest Houston, just inside the Beltway.
Great.
And we live northeast Houston, just outside the Beltway. So it's
pretty big drive.
Okay. So how did you find out about the property?
We worked with our realtor, Jennifer McCormick, happened to call. This actually didn't get blasted out. She had a property, and I'm like, call. We've been looking at going to properties, and this came up, and it looked good. It was, there were some things we weren't sure if it was in a flood zone, but we we actually toured the property with her, and she's like, it's so funny. She's like, this has never been flooded. And I'm like, how do you know? And she's like, there's 30 years worth of crap on the floor.
Very true.
It was a rough property, and for a first property,
It scared me.
yeah, you'll see some of the
Yes.
photos. We were nervous, but Evelina was our mentor at the time. She's gone on to do other things, so you've
And
stepped
she's
in.
here.
Hi, Evelina. So she talked us off the ledge a time or two, and Jennifer talked us off the ledge a time or two. And man, the transformation. If you
Yes.
can, yeah, you're seeing them. It, w- I don't want to. There's a difference between believe and faith. I think we had faith at the time. We didn't really believe so much until the process was done, and then we actually could believe the process works. And that was the most exciting thing. One of the other exciting things, if it's okay to add it, we have two boys, 18 and 20. One's in college. One decided he didn't want to go to college, which was, freaky for 12 minutes, but we got over it. But what he wants to do is he's working. He was in an internship. He loves cars, so he's working at an auto body shop, and he's saving his money. We told him, you save your money for your first house. We told him about 30 grand. When he has 30 grand in the bank, we're going to pay for his membership to Lifestyles.
Cool.
And then he's going to get into this. And our oldest son, he wants to do some other things, but he'll at least supplement and build a retirement plan through Lifestyles Unlimited too. So it's turned into a family thing, and they were just enamored with this whole
Yeah, they couldn't believe it.
that become a beautiful home that we provided a wonderful place for people to live, and they loved it. And it was just such a good feeling to see this transformation.
So really quick, I have one or two questions. Unless you want to ask first. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I mean, first of all, we don't buy top of the line houses. By the end of the process, we turn them into the top of the line houses in the neighborhood. And as I was going through these pictures, you guys did an amazing job on the rehab. So it looks a great house. You really did.
But I have to ask a
It
question
is.
about that because Hin just said they did an amazing job on the rehab, but they're teachers.
Yes.
And I teach if you ever lift the hammer, you lose money. So how much of the work physically have you done? Because this is a big transformation.
Yes.
How much of this did you guys do?
None.
Who likes that idea? Your job is to write a check. You don't lift up the hammer. You don't do the work yourselves. It's not those TV shows. Anybody watch those on TV? Flip this house, all that? Good. Put on the child locks. You can't watch that anymore, okay?
We just
This is
paid a
real.
few visits. Yeah, we would go and check up, and oh wow.
Yeah,
each
so you
time.
just write a check. You pay somebody else that's a professional to do it, okay? Good.
So as you were going through the process, how did it feel like to you guys? Was it easy? Tell me.
I mean, the beginning was scary,
Yes.
like, oh, we're forking out this money. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Are we going to get a renter? I was really worried about that, but it took 2 months because it was a big
Big
rehab.
fixer-upper.
It was a big one. But the numbers, just made sense if all was going to come out the way, we had hoped. And it did. And I mean, I can't explain the good feeling of seeing something that looked like an eyesore turn into something really nice. It just made even the neighbors we got to visit with, and it was kind of cool to talk to the people across the street next door, and they're like seeing things better for them. So that was a really good feeling. And I mean, it rented like that. I mean, and we had people even after the first day we had it listed down the street were asking, oh, can we come see it? I'm like, I'm sorry, it's already rented. So that was not a problem. And I was
So you
really
see that?
afraid.
One of the biggest fears people have, can I get a renter? If you do what we teach, which is best product, best price, you will attract the best people. So we're not slumlords here. We fix up everything, make it beautiful. They help the entire community. They make a profit on it at the same time, but look at all the people they helped. How many jobs have they created? All these people they hired, and in the end result, the renter gets a beautiful place.
All right, so let's look at the numbers. You bought the house for $95,000, and when the appraiser went out to look at it, he gave you a value of $205,000.
And actually, that came up a bit. Initially, the first appraisal was about 10,000
The
less.
first appraisal with it in bad shape was 195. And then after the ARV, I mean, the actual repair, yeah, it came in at 205.
So that gives you an equity of $110,000. Then you rehabbed $60,000. The rehab was $60,000, and your closing costs were $19,442. So all in, you have a net equity of $30,000. Okay. Then that makes your cash out of pocket of $12,000, and your return on capital gain is 252%.
Do you see how excited she said that?
It is amazing.
Jump up and down a few times.
It is truly, sorry, it is truly amazing. I mean,
is.
252. If you take $12,000 to the bank and they give you $30,000 at the end of the year, that is exactly how much you make.
Who thinks that's awesome? Give him a hand. That's huge.
Right.
And you just wrecked my speech because I said it was 30,000.
Oops. Hey, we're in with you on the
Is
deal
it good
this
that they
weekend.
were conservative with their numbers and did better than what I teach?
Yep.
That's the way we teach you. We teach conservative, and then the students do even better. I love that.
Yes. So the rent is $1,550, and after they pay the note, every month they're left with $452. So that is every month that they save. I hope you're saving for your next house. $452, which makes a cash-on-cash return of 45%.
Do you realize that's like a bond?
That is better. 45.
Well, you don't have many bonds that pay 45%, but who'd be okay with that? Tax free. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I told you between the two 600 there, right there in that numbers. Yep. Good stuff.
That is amazing. That is really. I mean, 250.
There's actually a technical term in the industry for that. When you make over 100% return, what you two are new. Do you know what that technical term in the industry is when you make over 100% return? Let's see if they know. Do you know what it is?
It is pee in your pants happy.
exciting.
Who likes that? Is that not Pete your pants excited? Right? I see a little bit of depends there.
Yes, this is true. We're ready for the next one.
There you go.
That is great. That is really good to know. So as we go on through the evening, I want everybody who's sitting here and on the fence to know that we have two individuals in, teaching in the, I wouldn't call it industry, but sector. In the middle of the pandemic, they joined the membership, right? They bought a house, they remodeled it, and they're renting it all within how long?
Since January is when it really started.
We bought the
Talking.
house. Oh, sorry. We bought the house in
You
May.
got to have your microphone
Yes.
up
We
too.
bought the house in May, and then it was completely renovated and rented in August.
Okay, so within 8-month period, you had your first deal.
Yes.
Okay.
And some of that was probably our fault, because I may have walked away from some deals that I was just.
You're scared. You're new.
Yeah,
we
we
understand
were.
that.
We
And
were-
that's
we
why.
were- we
That's
were
why
nervous.
we want you to tell the story that way, because this is what I had to go through. This is the mindset I went through to get over those fears to do that. But now that you've done this, how hard is it going to make your decision to buy your next one?
Oh, we're on it. We are on it. I mean, we're just working on.
You're hooked now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like
Oh, yeah.
crack.
Oh yeah. It
You're
is.
like crack whores
Ready
now.
for the next one.
Well, look at the number.
Yeah.
I mean,
If you look back, do you wish you had started sooner?
Oh my goodness, that's the thing we say all the time.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
if only. If only.
Yes.
So let's compare these returns to what you're investing in now, your 401k, your IRA, your TSP, whatever it is. Are you making these type of returns?
Oh no.
Will you ever go back to that stuff?
No.
See how that changed your life?
Okay, so how has lifestyle changed your life?
Well, we're still kind of living the same right now because we're in the beginning.
Yes.
But like he said earlier, I mean, we were sitting down looking at our retirement statements and kind of making the plan for the future. And that's what concerned us, because it just wasn't going to be enough, the real retirement. So we knew we needed a plan. And we had looked at other options, but it was work stuff. And then when we heard about this, we like to travel and we like to do some fun things. So this just seemed like the plan that would work.
So
Want to change that soon.
So it may not be the lifestyle per se, but it shifted your mindset,
Definitely.
right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Remember, wealth's a series of steps. You buy the one house, you're not retired, but it's a great start. Give him a hand for doing that. It's awesome.
Absolutely. So who helped you get your first deal. Who was on your team?
Oh, okay. Well, Evelina was our mentor that we bugged all the time, and she answered questions and was so supportive and helped greatly. And then you want to read off our list?
You're doing such a great
Okay.
job.
See if I can get it right. Pronounce all the names right. Jennifer McCormick was our realtor. Awesome job.
Yes, and
Jennifer,
she's
you in the
right
room?
here.
Jennifer, you
Oh,
get to stand up for a
hey.
second.
Oh,
Give her
awesome.
kudos. She's awesome.
She is awesome.
Not only is she awesome, she is one of the top 10 out of 45,000 realtors in the Houston area.
Is that not powerful?
Wow.
Yeah.
She's good.
We
Yes.
technically think she's number one.
She is. Yes, I agree.
Well, her personality brings her number one.
Right.
That's true. That's true.
She takes
Yeah.
care of people.
So you had the hard money lender.
Was Searchers Capital.
Okay.
And then Kellen was the one that helped us. And then our conventional was AMP. I think they were here on the stage.
Yeah, there's 3 women, AA and A.
okay. Oh.
They were AAA rated, I guess.
Gotcha. And then our contractor was Jose with JMB Construction and inspections by Pat.
So one thing you got to understand if you're new, we want you to do this for yourself, but don't do it by yourself. It's a team approach. They use the whole team. They use mentors, they use realtors, they use all these other contractors and stuff. Your job is to have other people do it for you so you can make a great rate of returns. Make sense?
All right. So what's next?
Yeah, we were working on getting our next home, finding that right deal, that works for what our goals are. And then eventually, yeah, I mean, our big time goal is to be in the apartment
Cool.
communities.
Very good. 'Cause they're not complexes, they're communities. We take care of people.
So what would you tell someone who's sitting on the fence watching and thinking of all excuses in the world not to join tonight?
Just don't be afraid. Fear was something that, that can hold you back for years. You'll say, oh, I'll do that next year. I'll do that next year. Just do it. Don't wait.
It's very, very true. Now, you talk in your seminar about A types and B types, and the go me, and the wait her. But that's okay. We balance
But it's
each other
balancing
out.
yeah.
But it was scary initially, but taking that step was the first step to liberating retirement and that plan and that vision to accomplish what we want to accomplish, not now, but for our very near future. And that was liberating to have that plan in place and a clear path forward, not a hope,
Awesome.
Okay.
So Hin, should we take some questions from the group?
Absolutely.
So let's take like 2 in the room and maybe 2 online. If you have any, Jacob, you can get looking around. Wait, we have a question. Now I'm going to grab another microphone because I want the people online to hear him. So if you swear, it's okay. You're allowed to because your father's sitting next to you.
I'm curious, what were the numbers like before you actually closed on the deal, like the rehab and the estimated returns?
You mean like how much?
How close were they?
Yeah, how close were the
Were
numbers?
you conservative?
They were, well, for example, the estimated value of the house was $195. The end value was $205.
Who's okay if it's that way?
Yeah,
Yeah, they were being conservative.
I think the estimated rehab was 65, which we emailed Evelyn, and she's like, usually people on their first home don't do that big of a rehab,
Yes.
but yeah, go for it. We'll do it. And she was there every step of the way. And it actually was going to be less, but we decided it was like, screw less. We're going to make it a little nicer. So it was still really right around 65. So that was good. I can't remember what the estimated cash flow, but it was all very close. It was very close, which that's when we became believers, not just the visual, but seeing the numbers. We went from that step of faith to, okay, now we believe what they're
So
saying.
isn't it cool that 2 teachers came to my seminar and they ended up in rehab?
Yes. A big
Anybody
one.
else?
A big one. at
A
that.
big one, yeah. They're like, let's go crack. Yeah.
Yes, that's a big
Anybody in the room? If not, I'll get Jacob.
one.
Oh, wait.
Raul has
Now you're making me get exercise. Got to run all the way over to Raul. Here we go.
In regards to the process of the purchase, you mentioned buying the property that you went through here. with them, but also was the rental also like listing it for rental? Is it also?
How he found the renters? What you're okay? The question: how did you guys find a renter? Did you do it on your own? Did you hire an agent? How did you do it? Third party
Okay.
management?
Good question. And that was something that I was really worried about. But we ended up using Camille Escobedo is with I'm trying to think the name of her. I can't think of the name, but we had yes.
So they hired a
someone-
third party to do property management just to find them the renter.
Yeah, I think one thing that he teaches is you're buying a lifestyle, not another job, right? Is
Right.
that, don't you say
There's two different ways we can do this. I will teach you every step of the way to do it on your own. You know, putting the sign in the yard, all that, how to do that, how to market. I go through all that during the weekend. But some people are like, you know what? I don't want to deal with people. I don't want to deal with that. I'm just going to write a check to someone else. That's okay too. You decide which one's right for you.
We did way B.
Great question. Anything online or we're good? Jake?
Yeah, with last year's freeze in Texas during the pandemic, was it difficult to get supplies like lumber and things like that?
We had to wait on the cabinets just a little bit longer, but we were still on the same time frame, the 2 months like they predicted.
Yeah, guys, just so you know, that was a very short-term thing that we just recovered within 30 days. It really wasn't, people were like, oh my gosh, a month later, everything dropped back down in price. It wasn't crazy like people say it was.
It didn't really have a negative impact.
Great question.
And our contractor never went up on the pricing either. I don't know if he
Awesome.
was supposed to, but
Okay. Do you have any more, Jacob? We're good? All right.
All right.
Hey, thank you so much for sharing. We really appreciate it. Great job, guys.
Thank you.